everyone. How are you doing? Thank you so much for all your prayers for my foot surgery. It went really well. Thank you so much. Thank you for your prayers and your messages of encouragement. I'm doing really good and I'm on the mend. So I'm ready to share with you the second goal for our New Year's resolutions. And this is one of those, like the first one I shared, that is something that we should strive for the rest of our lives, not just the beginning of a new year. And that second goal is to give or to learn to give ourselves a break. You know, for many of us, that doesn't sound correct because of our upbringing or because of just wrong conclusions that we have arrived to. For example, I was raised with a father who was a great dad, but in the military since he was very young. And so that concept of giving ourselves a break, that was non-existent. Because, military life is characterized by discipline, and that's a very good thing. And giving yourself a break, giving ourselves a break, it's not so much about discipline. It's about learning to be kind with ourselves, learning to say, I'm only human. I'm trying here. I really am. Even if I cannot bring myself to receive that, to say, yes, I am trying. Maybe not as hard as I wish I would, but I am trying, and I'm gonna fail. And God knows that. So that's why He sent His Son to earth to die on the cross for us, so that we could find forgiveness and find life and find life eternal. And He's here to help us out, to say, hey, you know what? In my word, I say that 7 times will the righteous person fall, but the Lord is able to lift him up. I love this scripture in John 3:16 and 17. John 3:16 is one of the most popular or most well-known verses in the Bible. It says, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Beautiful, huh? And this is one of my most favorites. And these are Jesus' words. It says, for God did not send His Son into the world to condemn the world. That's the image that many of us Christians have, that that God is constantly, hey, you messed up. No, He didn't send Jesus to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved. See, that's God's heart, and that's His mindset, and that's what He wants us to extend. That same kindness, that same understanding to us, that God is for us, and that He understands that we mess up. Why it's so hard for us to get over it? That we're human, that we make mistakes, and to be able to say, I'm trying. I honestly am. Even if it is hard for me to accept that. And like I said, maybe not as hard as I wish I were, but I am trying. And going back to this point about the condemnation, my gosh, I talk to so many people, and I listen to myself so many times, or hear what the words that go through my mind when I pay attention, and there's so much punishment, self-inflicted punishment that goes on right here. That is like not what God had designed for us, and not why He paid such a high price on the cross. Regret, bitterness, such terrible sadness over things that are really not worth it, and we need to understand. We really need to understand what giving ourselves a break means. Doesn't mean, oh, I give myself a break from my diet and I'm gonna eat whatever I want. No, it's not that. You know, it's understanding that even if I fall, God is able to pick me up. And when I fall, God is able to pick me up. And that doesn't make me less of a person or the scum of the earth. Just human. And you know, one huge motivator, I grew so much when I was a young mom. I was a hurting unit. Yeah, most of us are, you know, because we're raised by broken people in a broken world, you know, and they are trying also what they can to raise us well, and they make mistakes and they hurt us, and and then we try to do the same thing and we hurt our kids, and it's like, man, I tried so hard, but it didn't work out. Didn't work out the way I wished. But so ranting here and on and on and on. How about you give yourself permission to give yourself a break? What do you think? Tell me what you think in the comments here. I would really appreciate listening about it. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful weekend.